You know, throughout the years, I used to put so much pressure on myself to prove that I was good enough. Good enough to be in an environment I'm in. Good enough to be considered to be with a person I wanted to be with. Good enough to be with the person I was with. Good enough to be around the friends that I had. Good enough to have the job that I always there was always people trying to make me feel like I wasn't good enough. And I always went above and beyond to prove I was good enough. And I feel like a lot of black women deal with that. Women of color deal with that, but particularly, I'm always going to say it, particularly black women deal with that, where they feel like it's not good enough. And then, unfortunately, black people, we do it to each other too. Like, we have society always telling us we're not good enough to do this and we're not good enough to do that. And then when a black person that's from where you're from, they might not have had a flashy silver spoon life, but when they have the audacity to feel like they're good enough to do something, sometimes we come in and we tear each other down. Like, who the fuck do you think you are, bitch? You're here with us. You're from here with us. You're not good enough to do that. And even if a person feels like they are good enough to do that, that constant invalidation, being around people who don't feel good enough, and them having them project their insecurities onto you, it can mess with your mind and your sense of self-worth. So I got to the point, because I'm a very sensitive person, I absorb the energy around me like a sponge, but I got to the point where I just start blocking all the energy off to protect my peace and protect my sanity, because I like feeling like I'm good enough. I don't like feeling like I'm not good enough. And I feel like that's why a lot of black women have tapped out. The society is always making us feel like there's something wrong with us, like we're not good enough. So a lot of black women have tapped out. So when you're sitting there trying to guilt them and make them feel bad for not doing something, remember you told them they weren't good enough to do it anyway. So leave them alone and let them have their mental health break. That's all. And I'm the same way right now. I've cut so many things off, and I've tapped out to so many things because I'm tired of trying to prove that I'm good enough. It's annoying. It's exhausting when you just want to be a productive member of society and prove that you're good enough, and there's constantly doors in your face telling you you're not good enough. It's exhausting, and nobody likes to do it all the time. So this year, just like a lot of black women, if there's some shit that's negative and is making my vibration feel low, I'm ignoring it. I'm tapping it out for my mental health and my sanity and my self esteem. With that being said, yeah, bye. Deuces. Peace. Mwah.